Sorry about that, ladies and gents. Looks like we got cut off a little bit. But, anyway, this is going to be a little public service announcement of, regarding a letter I just sent to the clerk of the court, to the clerk of the circuit court for Montgomery County. And I sent it to her personally because, it appears the court that she runs is attempting to administer my property in a manner that is undesirable, and I did not consent to. I actually did not consent to any man or woman, to administer my property. I'm a grown man, sui juris or whatever. I don't need mommy and daddy to do anything for me at this time. I don't need the state, I don't need the government to do anything for me. I do it for myself. And the good thing about this country is if you prefer, you can be self-governing. You can, refuse to be, you can waive the benefits that come with, the consent or the implied consent that whoever is providing those benefits now has jurisdiction over you. And no, I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in any such arrangement. I'm not tied to this land in any way other than being born, in Kentucky. That's about it. So did I have that choice? I didn't choose to be born in Kentucky. It just happened. That was my parents' choice. Actually, it probably wasn't even their choice. Who knows when the waters are gonna break? It just happens. It doesn't matter where you are. So, the thing is, something very sinister has been happening. And, it seems to be happening because the majority of the people, they don't give a damn. They don't care. They don't care to know what their laws are. They don't care to know who to hold accountable when those laws are being violated by the people who are supposed to be upholding them, and that's their fault. That's your fault, ladies and gentlemen, men and women of America. You have slacked. You have slacked on a country that, wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for the rule of law that exists within it. It's like, it would be like the Wild West still if some of these laws didn't exist. And these laws are: do no harm, don't steal, and don't lie. Simple. Every single code, statute, this, that, blah, 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 is based on do no harm, don't steal, and don't lie. That's it. Look up any of them. Look up any of them. I guarantee you will see it's something to do with either lying, stealing, or harming another man. That's it. And that's why, I don't understand those laws. I don't understand them because why not just keep it, do no harm, don't steal, don't lie. Stealing and lying are forms of harm. You're harming someone at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's simply just one law. Do no harm. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's like, I don't need statutes. I don't need a constitution. The Constitution has the 9th Amendment. The 9th Amendment states, the enumeration of certain rights in here don't mean that the ones which are not here are denied. Just because it's not written down does not mean you don't have those rights. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and that's what I'm letting these people know right now, because they're trying to, make a slave of a man who cannot be enslaved. You're better off, hiring a hitman or some shit, because no, I'm not gonna be your slave. What the fuck do I look like? No, I know where I'm from. Only someone who doesn't know where they're from and hasn't left a mark where they're from is willing to be a slave to preserve their life or whatever, or do this. No. You will be committing a crime and a trespass against me, against man and against the creator of all if you attempt to enslave me in any shape or form. And when you're using my property to generate revenue, that is enslaving me involuntarily. You know, there's that even that amendment that does not apply to me. I'm just pointing out for reference that says, unless voluntarily, voluntarily servitude, going to jail. If you voluntarily accept to go to jail or prison, then then that's the only time you can be a slave. Like, no. I will never voluntarily accept to go to prison or jail. You will have to put me there by force. You know what I'm saying? Or kill me. It's that simple. Like, what the fuck? And this is what people don't understand. It's like, if you would rather live in a society, with such rules and regulations, you know what I'm saying, where you're voluntarily or forced to voluntarily give up your rights, like, what? Come on, guys. This is a recipe. This is the recipe for the collapse of civilization. Alright? And that's why you see a lot of people, concerned about overpopulation, because the more people there are, the more information becomes widespread and the harder it is to contain it. That's the bottom line. And that's why I had to let these people know a few things. And the letter I sent to this clerk of the court, the circuit court for Montgomery County, it says, I, man, Mwenda of Maore, of majority age, feel inclined, with the mounting evidence revealing something most men would abhor, to discharge case number 150936FL. And the good thing is, I actually opened that case, so I can discharge it. And if they choose not to, I'll just be like, okay then, find the plaintiff, because I will not be playing that part anymore in this venue, in this court, because right now they're operating as if this is a domestic issue, whereas because they have jurisdiction over domestic issues. It's not domestic. I'm not your domesticated animal or herd or sheep. I'm not domestic. It's that simple. Like, what? Makes no sense. Just because I sleep on a land that was here before the existence of any of these institutions doesn't mean I'm subject to be domesticated by you. Like, what the fuck do I look like? Come on, guys. This is what I'm saying. People don't understand the laws that govern you. Even the language, it's all right there. It's telling you what they're doing. And then you just don't look at it. It says domestic family. Yeah, domestic family. Okay. Whatever that means to you. You know what I'm saying? So, and then it says, the next instance, any man or woman undersigned or oversigned in their official capacity or private individual capacity, saint or sinner, suggest I use my body and energy to generate and transfer revenue for any man, entity, or corporation, agent, or principal other than Mwenda of Maore in order to have access to property created with and by the grace of the Creator alone, the contract providing any being such authority must accompany such a suggestion or a remittance of 20,000 in gold times 10 the amount suggested, or offered, I, Mwenda of Maore, generate in order to have access to my Creator endowed rights. That if I happen to infringe upon my fellow man, no doubt would I face what the next man or woman who believe they have authority over my property without my express consent. No man alive has authority over my property in life and in death, except those blessed with that honor. Elizabeth Tello is ordered gagged. See Exhibit B. And Exhibit B is showing one of the first letters that I received from Elizabeth Tello, showing her address is 1901, and the most recent one after the hearing, where I made like public notice that I filed a claim against her, and like she should not even be there. Pretty much, I was like letting it be known in court that she should not even be involved in this whatsoever. And then next email she sends me is with an address that is not what it's always been. It went from 1901 to 1900, and that was done on purpose. Just like she did not sign this one on purpose, because she knows what she's doing, and she's now attempting to avoid all liability. You know what I'm saying? And there is no escape. Once you get involved in my property, once you get involved with my rights, you're like, you're not escaping liability, and that's because I don't have security interests in America alone. Yeah, in North America. Yeah, North America is awesome. I have a security interest in it because I'm here. My body is here. You know? You understand? It's flesh and blood. It rests in North America. So I have a security interest in North America. And that's why I'm here. You know? But I also have security interests elsewhere on the planet. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to get involved or attempt to administer my property in North America, that means you're administering property that I have elsewhere, which you have no jurisdiction over. Like, no government has jurisdiction over the property that I have elsewhere, let alone the one that I have here. You know what I'm saying? My living property, no man, no woman. No man, no woman. Even if I do this, even if I do that to that property, none of you have jurisdiction over that property. It's that simple. And if you do, like, all you have to do is just show me. Show me the contract. Show me the contract. Show me the contract that I agreed that you have an opinion over how I maintain and keep my property. Just show me. And then show me where I agreed to give you the authority to enforce that. That's all you have to do is show me. Right? And it has to be from when I was 23 years old, so to speak. Because I would go back earlier, but I was still living with my parents. Okay, so when I was about 22. Anything from when I was 22 years old. Find any contract from when I was an independent man. So, and I can assure there is none. Like the only one I can think of right now, other than the ones that I've rescinded, is the driver's license, and that one is being rescinded. It's going to be expiring in July. I'm not renewing that shit. I'm not signing anything that implies consent. I'll sign something that expresses consent. That's it. No, I'm not playing along with these games where people think just because I'm here, I'm doing what everybody else is doing, in an effort to maintain the public, peace, is that I'm accepting it. I'm not accepting any of that shit. Yeah. Came here when I was, 16 years old. I was 16 years old. I don't know. Everything I was like, this is how you do it? Okay, cool. I'll trust everything I was being told by adults. I didn't grow up into it. But luckily, I grew up into something else that allows me to see how some of these mechanisms work. So, at the end of the day, there's only two laws. Or one law. Do no harm. Do no harm to your fellow man. Lying to or about your fellow man is harming them. You know what I'm saying? Stealing from them, that's harming them. Physically assaulting them, that's harming them. You know? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So if you know, are doing specific things to me, that means you would have me do those things to you. The only thing is, I don't have it in me to do them exactly how you do them. I'll do it my way. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. That simple. That's how law functions, my ladies and gentlemen. It's people who come to an agreement to follow a specific set of laws or rules, you know, that maintain order in the community or the society. And that's it. And then this idea of common law. Common law is the rule of law that exists everywhere. There is nowhere on earth you will go where man, flesh and blood man, resides or domiciles or lives or rests or inhabitates or whatever terminology you prefer to use. Does not matter. You know, there's nowhere you will go where do no harm is not the basis of the law. And that's what I mean. When I say common law, that's what I'm speaking about. I'm not speaking about common law of England or Greece or Rome or whatever. I'm speaking about the common law that existed before all of that. Because there were common laws that existed thousands of years before that. Code of Hammurabi, Code of Ur-Nammu, you know? And those are the ones in Asia. The ones in Africa are like 10,000, 50,000 years old. Like, no, guys. No. It's that simple. Do no harm. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So if you would have others do no harm unto you, do no harm unto others. It's that simple. I have been harmed since January 8th. And I'll be honest, guys. I'm hungry. I'm very hungry. Hungry. You know? And, yeah, man. I think I'm about to eat, man. I'm going to be feasting. I'm about to feast on all these people who are doing harm, right? And not caring. They don't care. They don't care. It would be one thing for someone to do harm and then operate in a manner that is showing that they've thought about what they're doing, or, you know, that they're empathic, that they have empathy, that they understand what they're doing might not be very pleasant, that they wouldn't want it done to them. They're not thinking in that way. So I'll help them. I will help them. And I'm not going to harm them. I'm going to punish them. There's a difference. You understand? And that's what I'm hungry for punishment right now. You know? I actually want to resort to the rules of eye for an eye. Take out someone's eye. I'm taking your eye. Arm for an arm, tooth for a tooth. That's where I am right now, guys. Because these people, they just don't understand who they're dealing with. Which is a shame. Which is a shame. You know? It's quite a shame. And the only way you can actually get at these people, you know, public officials, is by getting at them personally. You have to write a letter to them personally. And there's a way you do that. There's a mechanism to do that, which I don't feel inclined to share publicly because, you know, criminals out there, man. They're going to start utilizing it in a manner that fucks it up for the people that really need it. You know? So, yeah, just know there is a way to hold public officials accountable. That's all you have to know. And it involves getting at them personally. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, your law says this, your law says that, your law says this. You're in your official capacity violating all these laws. You know what I'm saying? And rules, the rules and regulation that you apparently swore to uphold. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's where these people, you know, they count on the ignorance of the law, for the most part, of the general public. They want you to be ignorant of how it functions so that you don't know how to hold them accountable when you can see they're doing something wrong, but you don't know how to get at them. You know? It's that simple. I already know how to get at them. I already have one lawyer that I'm suing, and I hope, like, I'm suing them for a couple, tens of thousands. And if the agency which they agent for wants to get involved, I'll be able to take that up to the millions. Because these people have kafirs, man. They have these safes, which I'm inclined on digging into, because they want to dig into my pockets, right, unlawfully. So I think I'll do it lawfully. I'll dig into their pockets using the law that they apparently drafted and is supposed to uphold, and which are based on do no harm. It's that simple. It's that simple. And the reason a lot of people fail with this Constitution stuff is because they don't know which is the most powerful. The Ninth Amendment is the most powerful Constitution. And you have to understand it for you to be able to exercise that power that it holds. It's that simple. It's not the Second Amendment, First Amendment, this amendment. It's the Ninth Amendment. The Ninth Amendment allows you to return to the laws of God, the laws of nature, the laws of the Creator, universal laws. You have to know how to utilize it for you to be able to tap into the power of the Ninth Amendment. And then once you use the Ninth Amendment, you don't have to use anything else other than in reference. It's that simple. You just reference the other ones. Well, your law says this, and it's similar to what I hold to be true. That's simple. You're not going to be saying, oh, the Constitution says this, the Constitution... Nah, man. Keep your Constitution. Your Constitution says that Ninth Amendment, right there in that Constitution, says that I have rights that are not included there. That's what I'm here about. And those rights are like what your Second Amendment says, what your Fourth Amendment says, what your 13th, 14th, 15th, 20th, whatever amendment says. It's that simple. And you have to know how to utilize it, though. You have to know what the Constitution is. You have to know what the Bill of Rights are. Like, it's like, if you're counting on the Bill of Rights to give you your rights, fuck, you deserve to be fucked over, man. You deserve to be fucked over. Because you're the one who's fucking everybody else over with such ignorance. So, refer to the preamble, the Declaration of Independence, and then look at the Ninth Amendment, and then look at the laws of everywhere else on earth, and compare it. See that there's do no harm. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Lying and stealing are harm. Fraud is stealing, it's lying, it's this, it's that, you know what I'm saying? Bearing false witness, that's lying, with the potential of having someone stolen from, so it's that simple. So, that said, I'd like to make a public service announcement one time, is that I am not a subject of any jurisdiction. I'm not a subject of any man or woman, living or dead. None. I am subject only to the laws of nature. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. If you want to subject me to any other laws other than those of nature, please provide the contract, the piece of paper, the recording of my voice or my body of me speaking and consenting and agreeing, to be subject to any of those laws. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can have my passport. That's not my name. The name you see right next to my passport, that's not my name. The picture was me. It's not me anymore. That was me a long time ago. It's not me anymore. You know what I'm saying? So if it's not me anymore, then that picture is not me. It's just identifying an agent of whatever name that you see there. just like my driver's license. But I didn't make that clear when I initially got it, so it's going to be returned. And if I need to get one, I will make sure to include those facts. So, with that said, like, this is what you need to understand, my fellow man. You don't need to be fighting your baby mama and blah 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 da da da. You need to be fighting the justice or the legal system that seems to foster a dysfunctional type of setup for your offspring, for your children, for your living property. You understand? It's that simple. You know, like right now, I've not even been. She doesn't communicate back to my emails. I'm pretty sure she's been told, yeah, let's let him send you all these messages so he can look like he's crazy. No. Yes, let me look like I'm crazy. I'm telling her everything that I'm going to do, everything that I'm going to say, everything that I'm going to bring up. You know what I'm saying? So that if they try to use any of my text messages, I'll be like, so what did the one before that say? Or what did the one after that say? Why are you just picking out of this, whereas I'm writing what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling to someone in privacy, but she feels inclined to share it with you, right? And then you're picking and choosing. Like, no, I'm telling you my case right now here. Let's see how you'll handle that, you know? It's like, come on, guys. It's not about presenting or creating some show. No, I'm not here to be acting or anything. I'm here about law. That's it. That's it. I just need someone in their official capacity, where the judicial canons apply, 1 through 5. Not a single one of them missing, because if a single one of them is missing, you'll be liable in your private and individual capacity if you're dealing with me. That's the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only setup. A fellow man who's adhering to the judicial canons to hear my side of the story, her side of the story. Attorney will not be able to speak because everything they say is hearsay. Fucking nonsense. They'll only be able to speak in the court that I'm taking them to, so they can explain why they felt the need to involve themselves in my property after I told them to fuck off. It's that simple, you know? Like, I'm not here to play these games. I'm not here to play these word games, language games, these procedural games. You know? I would have initially, if, you know, specific things were procedurally followed, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not interested in that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere I go, oh, I'm not allowed to give you legal advice. I'm not allowed to give you legal advice. But a magistrate gives me legal advice, not realizing that while she's speaking to me, I've already let her know in so many ways that she's in her private capacity, but she gives me legal advice. Like, under duress on top of that, you know? So it's like, no, we're not going to play these games, guys. You know? I'm not in any domesticated contract with any man or any state or any government or any of that. And if I am, bring the contract. Bring it before me. Show me my signature. Bring it. You know what I'm saying? If you do not bring it, you're committing fraud. And I have a scheduling fee for that. Yeah. You know, I have a fee schedule or a charging schedule or how much it's going to cost you. It's that simple. And if I tell you and then you think I'm joking and then you continue, thank you. It's that simple. Like, come on, guys. You know? Can't be telling me about these laws, that law, this law, this law, that law, this law, this, that. And then, yeah, and then you, while you're fucking over someone, while you're doing what a law above that says, while you're doing what the law, that law you're referring to is derived from, like, who, what? I'm not the man to do that with, guys. I'm not the man to do that with. There's plenty of men, like 400 million people in this country, and there's plenty of men you could do that with. Not me. Not me. And actually right now, I hope you continue to think that you can do it with me. Because, like, I've never given a damn about promissory notes, but right now I'm kind of seeing the necessity to have a few extra one, you know, a few million here, a few million there. Yeah, so by all means, you know. And these are not threats. I'm not threatening a single soul right now. This is a public service announcement because I'm currently in the court system during an election year, and these people are trying to fuck with me. So, you know, and there's always this idea of staying in honor. Like, what do you mean? Like, where is the honor that I need to stay in? I don't see any honor here. Where is the honor? I will stay in honor if I can see where the honor is. If I can find, if you can point me to where the honor is, that is where I go. That is where I need to be. That is where I need to be. I need to be where there is honor, not where I can point out this honor the moment someone speaks. So let's get real, guys. Let's get real. The times are changing, you know. And an example of how to sue these officials is like how they got Donald Trump. Just go listen to how, you know, the District of Columbia and the Maryland Attorney General, how they're suing Donald Trump. You know, he's the president, but he's being sued. Go find out how he's being sued. For what reasons he's being sued. That tells you, and that will show you how to sue these officials. You know what I'm saying? That's simple. And right now, the clerk of the court for the circuit court of Montgomery County is like, she has to really do her job now. You know, and that's the problem with the courts is, you know, the clerk leaves it up to staff, and there's like some procedure. This is how we do it. That's how we do it. This is how we do it. You have no idea how many times I've heard that. I've gone and looked it up, and it's really just a custom of the court for them to do it that way. It's not like something that I have to do. You know what I'm saying? That's just what they do there. Which is okay. Cool. I respect that. That's how you guys do it. When you come to where, you know, my laws are the norm, you know, where the regulations and the ordinances and the statutes, you know, derived from my society are, you know, you will have to accept the customs. That's how the world works, my ladies and gentlemen. That's how we stay out of conflict. You know what I'm saying? We have to accept the dominant custom one way or another, and not accept it in the sense of, oh, okay, then that applies to me. No, you're just saying that, yes, this is how you do things. I'm not here to disrupt how you do things. I'm just here to get my thing done and be on my way. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. And bada bing, bada boom. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, fellow gods and goddesses, men and women, children of earth, property of the creator of all. I guess that's it. I will be talking to you guys again sometime this week to let you know what other mail I'm sending out, because I'm tired of going to these courts. I think I'll be sending everything with a specific format of mail and see how it goes from there, because I'm tired of going up and down there. I'm actually going to be sending them a bill for the time that I've been going up there that seems to have been a complete waste of time, you know, so we'll see how it goes. Stay alive.